some of the most refreshing beer I've had is, I guess this is a place that I also highly recommend. We're going outside. We're going way outside of Tokyo now. Is in Hokkaido. Because
how do you get to Hokkaido, Gant? Where do I stay in Hokkaido?
Where do you stay in Hokkaido? Well, I've only stayed near Sapporo, actually.
Basic.
But there are several ways to get to Hokkaido because Hokkaido is pretty damn big.
Hokkaido, by the way, is the big island at the top.
You should go there because the food is the best and the drink is the best. But you can get there by train, but it's a pain in the ass from Tokyo.
Yeah,
it's like it's
like 4 or 5 hours, and the last stop is in Hakodate, which is a 5-hour drive from Sapporo.
Just fly.
Yeah.
Look, actually, I think when I was stuck in Hokkaido, the price for the planes was actually cheaper than the price for the Shinkansen.
Just fly.
Yeah, but we're talking if you want to explore outside of Tokyo, maybe this is your second trip, third trip. You've
or
seen
maybe
Tokyo,
you're just such an adventurer that you want to go out.
Or maybe exactly. Maybe you're an adventurer. You want to go out. Fucking highly recommend Hokkaido.
Oh yeah, Sapporo is such a cool fucking city.
It is.
Great bars. Yeah. Go and get something called Genghis Khan. It's fucking awesome, dude. It's all you can eat normally. Sometimes if you're lucky. Lamb.
It's like Korean barbecue with lamb, but it's a million times better.
Because you're gonna come to Japan, and you're gonna cream your pants at how fucking good the food is here, and you're like, my god, this is like peak cuisine. How can it get better? It can't get better. And then you go to Hokkaido, and you're like, how have they improved on perfection?
And then Hokkaido's like, hold my Sapporo.
Yeah.
I'll give you good food.
Yeah, I don't know how Hokkaido has just made such good food even better, because all of the best Japanese cuisine I've had has basically come from Hokkaido, or it's just in Hokkaido. The best ramen I've had is in Sapporo. If you want
seafood I've had is in Sapporo.
Yeah, of course, the best seafood I've had is in Sapporo. If you want to go, if you're in Sapporo and you want to go, just easily find a ramen joint, just go to Ramen Alley, because there's just a bunch of different ramen shops there. And
in the airport.
Huh?
In the airport?
Not in the airport. There is.
No, in Sapporo.
In Sapporo, there's a place called Ramen Alley, and I've been there a bunch of times just to try the different kind of ramen stalls, and it's that's where I've had the best ramen I've ever had in Japan. Just every store there has a different type of ramen, and it just they are all fucking amazing. They're all fucking bomb.
I agree.
Just. Hokkaido in general, I think if you're gonna go, we do recommend the winter. At least I recommend the winter, because there's a bunch of snow there. It looks aesthetic as fuck.
Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, it is Winter Wonderland. That's where the snow festival is held.
Your plane might get delayed.
That is
like it did for Gant.
That is the one downside of going to Hokkaido, which is because it snows a lot. You're kind of playing gacha with your plane. Will your plane take off in time? Will it not? Will it get cancelled? Well, the entire airport shut down. Find out when you basically go, because you can never really plan around that, unfortunately.
Also, you can go to Niseko, which is, in my opinion, one of the best ski resorts in Japan.
Boiis.
Yeah.
Which is where we went. And it's fucking great.
Niseko is amazing.
Yeah.
It'll probably be rammed with tourists when you're watching this, but it's amazing though.
Yeah.
Really good food.
I mean, I feel like I've only been on 2 ski resorts now in Japan, and Niseko is the superior one, but also it is very foreigner friendly.
Yes.
So much so that you might encounter more foreigners than you will Japanese people.
Yeah, dude. It's all Aussies.
Yeah, it's all Aussie.
It is all Aussie.
But then again, that's almost all ski resorts in Japan. It's just all Aussies.
It's good though. Really good area.
Yeah, really good.
I've never been to Hakodate though. What's that like?
Hakodate is chill.
Hakodate's chill. I like it.
Had the best crab in my life there.
Yeah, I think if you want the best seafood,
Hakodate.
Hakodate is the place.
Really?
Because it's a port.
Because that's where they catch all the seafood.
Oh, okay.
So they have a little fish market in Hakodate, which is called the Hakodate Fish Market. You go there super early in the morning, and you get literally the catch that they caught a couple of hours prior.
Fuck.
And it is,
amazing.
in my opinion, the best fucking seafood I've had ever.
Yeah.
I think even though the seafood is amazing in Hokkaido, I have to say in Hakodate it was the best.
Next level.
Right.
So good.
It's also a really small, kind of quaint little town as well. You can get around very easily with their tram system that they have.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
You can walk around a lot of the center though.
You can, but you can also go to kind of the nearby mountains as well, and get a really nice view of Hakodate during the night. Yeah, really nice.
Where do you reckon, Guy? Where do you reckon people should get the seafood? Just any restaurant, or do you think?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even
it's all decent.
Yeah, even like the 100 yen sushi places are
It's all
still
decent,
really
all
good.
solid.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, even if you go to a big chain, especially like the conveyor belt sushis, because the obviously the ingredients are locally sourced, like just because even if you go to the same sushi chain that you might have been to in Tokyo, it will taste entirely different to another the same sushi chain that you have in in another place. Sushi chain. Yeah, so like even if you go to like a conveyor belt sushi, don't expect that it will taste exactly the same in Tokyo as it will in another place you go to, because I've had that exact experience where I'm just like, holy fucking shit, I didn't realize that the quality could differ this much with the same chain.
Oh yeah,
you think you go to McDonald's, you get like most of the time get the same experience every time, but with sushi chains it's just it's wildly different depending. Not wildly, because the baseline is good, right?
Yeah,
the baseline is good. It goes from good to fucking incredible. Is what I'm trying to say here.
I've never had food poisoning from fish here. It's always been sausages. So take that as scientific 100% proof that shit's bust.
It's not even chicken sashimi or it's chicken.
It's the goddamn sausage.
No.
Yeah, I think but like one thing you need to take into account is that it's actually like it's a lot harder than you think to get from Hakodate to Sapporo if you want to explore all of Hokkaido.
I'd say it's practically impossible to explore all of Hokkaido because it's just so massive.
Those two
are like
places,
the big major cities, right?
Without a car, you're
you're screwed in Hokkaido without a car.
I mean, I drove around Hokkaido a bit. It's really fun. I really recommend it. Some really cool towns like Toyoko is really cool.
Oh, Toyoko was really nice. Yeah,
like the best supercar I've ever had in my life was in Toyoko.
So good.
Yeah, because like I think the drive between Hakodate and Sapporo is like 4 hours or something.
3 to 4 hours.
It's like 3 to 4 hours,
even with the train.
And
which is 2 hours with Europe.
Yeah,
and most of the time it's just you're going through the mountains.
Yeah, which is really weird because like you can really get tricked by the map, right? Because you go on Google Maps and you go Tokyo to Hakodate, which is like that, and it's like 3 hours or 4 hours with the Shinkansen, and then you're just like
Shinkansen, by the way.
Huh?
It's not a Shinkansen.
It's not a Shinkansen.
The Shinkansen stops at Hakodate.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. To Hakodate. It stops at Hakodate, right? So it's like 3 hours. So it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. And then you're like, okay, maybe I can explore Sapporo as well because it's just over there. It's just right next to Hakodate. And then you Google Hakodate to Sapporo, and it's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours to get like that distance. And you're like, what? How does this make sense? So that's something to keep in mind, which is it's a lot harder to explore all of Hokkaido than it may initially seem.
I think it's because when you're on the mainland Japan, you're so used to like everything being so much smaller, right? Like all the prefectures are way smaller. All the towns are more like
they're just easy to get to, right?
Easily to get to.
Yeah, easy.
And then you realize that Hokkaido, in terms of prefectures, is like so much insanely larger than the next biggest prefecture in Japan that you kind of forget that like, oh, yeah, this place is fucking massive.
Right?
It's like impossible to get around.
Yeah.